What's Gucci? You too. It's Pat Brady in the super building. You dig what I'm saying? Marvelous Bluntz in the building. We are live and direct today on this Sunday. Actually, this is actually the earliest we've done in a while. Shout out to Torian in this hip that the last episode 6 is tonight.
Yep.
So that's why we here early. Know that. Pat Brady here, man. If you haven't already, man, subscribe to Marvelous Bluntz, ASAP Rocky. I'm here with my dog Torian. Torian, what's going on, man?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here tonight so we can do the spoiler review for the beginning of Phase 5. Essentially, that's basically what it is.
That's basically what it is. That's what it is. I'm really excited to talk about this today, man. Me and Tori and Sled went to go see it yesterday at the Hoffman. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. As an Ant-Man fan, as y'all see, I got the Ant-Man popcorn thing last night. The cashier, she convinced me really to get it on top of that. But man, Ant-Man, man, we are here to talk about it. So Tori, I'm since you actually saw it first, Tori came on the channel. I clipped him saying that he was standing on it, and now it stands even better because he told us since the beginning, man, Ant-Man was lit, man. So go ahead. I want you to give your little mini review and your mini feelings about it after seeing it again.
Well, actually, when I did my review on it, when I saw it the first time, because I had saw it on Thursday, I had gave it a 7.5. But then after seeing it a second time and picking up on some things that I didn't really catch the first time, I actually upped my score to like an 8.5. So I moved up like a whole point.
Okay.
After seeing it a second time and really seeing what direction they're actually going to be going with this. Like my critiques of the movie were actually like small, few and far in between ones. Like I think I only had 2 critiques of the movie. The first one was like, and I think a lot of people are on a consensus with this one, is I really didn't like how MODOK looked. With his helmet on, he looked dope. But with it off, it was like, ugh, like it was like
it was like a swollen thumb, like it was like
notice when we saw in the movie last night, every time his face was on screen, everybody in the audience started laughing just because
you could not laugh.
Because of how he looked. That's why I said it probably would have been best if they just like kept the helmet on, because with the helmet on, he looked dope. Like with the helmet on,
he looked before. I'm telling you, sometimes when he was on screen and that the mask was on, I was like, okay, this is like the killing machine MODOK right here. When it's like you couldn't even take anything he said seriously. Like even when with spoiler alert, when he was dying and he was just like that was the funniest part. He was like, and I'm gonna die an Avenger. And he was like, Ant-Man looked down like, yeah, okay, you want to say that. And but one thing I can say about MODOK, and you can go back. One thing I can say about him, it was a good little touch, though. It was a good little touch. I wish they kept him more in commando mode, but it was some moments where he reminded me of MODOK from the show, from the live action show, and I was like, okay, this got the little MODOK feel from the show. So I was rocking. What was your other gripe that you had?
My other issue, and the thing is, I didn't like pick up on this until after I had did my review, is that for this movie to have been called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, there wasn't that much interaction between Ant-Man and the Wasp because they were separated. They were separated most of the movie, and they really didn't come together until they got into that probability storm. Like I thought that was dope with how they had to come together to do that in order to minimize the little core that Kang needed to get out. To get out of the quantum realm.
When she came down, but she's a tough cookie because her little thing, she stayed focused. She was just like, look straight, do not look at that.
So I just didn't like that they didn't have that much interaction with each other up until that point of the movie, and then little pieces here and there sporadically throughout the rest of the movie. I was like, it took them a long time because they were separated the whole time. Like a good 70%
of the
movie, they were not together. So that was my other little critique. But other than that, I really didn't have any other issue.
Hey, I when you just said the point about like them not being together a lot, I just realized it. You know what I'm saying? So if you are gonna call it Ant-Man and Wasp, you gotta have them in the movie. and especially based on the second one where they were building that up. If that makes sense, like it was gonna be them. So I agree. Okay, that was his gripes. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give my review, man. You know, as y'all know, man, Ant-Man's going into the Quantumania because of his daughter. His daughter made like a signal to the quantum realm, you know what I'm saying? And all but Janet wasn't rocking with it. So I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. How Ant-Man, like, I like this version of him. I feel like he finally kind of coming to his own. I like the little book situation where he had like a book or something like that. Like talking, I found out that's a real book. That's a real book you can buy online. I guess somebody made like a little jokey joke book, but seeing him get into his bag and his family hating, they was hating so hard that my man Ant-Man was shining. I was like, damn, why they hating so hard on my boy, even Cassie? Okay, one thing I'm gonna get my gripe out the way. I did not like Cassie. I did not like Cassie. I really wasn't feeling her. I felt like it was off some Spy Kids shit. They were just trying to really push, like, we want you to be the next Ant-Man. We want you to be the next Ant-Man. And I'm like, all right, I get it. Maybe I'll grow onto her later. But I feel like also they could have kept the same actor from Endgame. Like, them switching was kind of weird. But, you know what I'm saying? She was cool. She wasn't too annoying. But I feel like they could have taken more time into, like you said, like Ant-Man and Wasp character building. Yeah. Took some of her shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, maybe at that moment when she did go giant woman, which I thought was dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, she getting into that bag, you feel me? But I just, she wasn't the best thing. So the quantum realm was dope. Oh, hold on. Tone's right here. We about to add Tone, y'all. Tone, yo. With the Kang, hold on, I'm about to take this away so they can see the his name on here. There we go. I really quantum realm. Oh no, Tone, give your spill real quick before I finish.
Basically, hey, Ant-Man was lit, man. Not gonna lie to you, I had a good time watching. So I'm just catching. I just want to catch up real quick, see what y'all was talking about. I hope everybody liked it. I thought it was.
No, I'm lying. I think it's like the second time you didn't say something. We were like, they ended up being good. So I gotta remember that last time. But see, Tone liked it.
I'm not saying great though. It was
great to me. I say, the quantum realm, I think they did a good job finally showing that. I like the fact that they kind of had like a little mixy Star Wars vibe. I feel like it was like a orange shroom version of Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like how they had little buildings that like foot back. Like I thought that was so tight for some reason. Like the little buildings that like could move. And then the dude he was like, y'all have buildings that move? Y'all buildings don't move?
You know, he said, "Your buildings are dead." He said, "Your buildings are dead." When he asked them, like, "Your buildings are coming to life," he said, "Your buildings are dead."
Like that scene, they really did good with the quantum realm. Like they did good making it an alternate reality, like the Earth. They had Bill Murray in there. I thought his little role was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't do too much. Like he was a celebrity person that like Kevin Bacon. He had like a Kevin Bacon moment to me. Like you just there for your stardom and you do good and then you just move on. So. Boom. Janet, I didn't realize she was hiding so much. Like, I like how they de-aged her. If y'all don't know Janet Van Dyne, the person who plays her was Catwoman back in the day. So she was already like, they kind of like, when they de-aged her, I was like, dang, she looked like in her young bag. Like, I like that de-aging they did to her. Kang, okay, I'm going to keep it a buck. He ain't playing, bro. Like, this dude ain't playing. I'm going to get right into it. He's not playing. Obviously, he's very manipulative. He manipulated Janet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't realize how big she was until Kang being who he is. I think like it was a good intro. I feel like seeing that they showed us a villain already. I feel like they're doing a good job at not making him like going like big bad off bucks. They just kind of still warming us up, which I can see. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. I didn't want to Thanos level intro of Kang in this one. You know what I'm saying? I want them to do a little just to see how they differently are, you know, how they are. Jonathan Majors might actually have different type of styles he brings to these different Kang. And you might be like, oh, like He Who Remains. I'm like, I like his Kang more than this Kang. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that little different variant thing they try. Like Marvel trying something different that they haven't tried before. So I like that. So basically, Vader, I called him Vader. Kane could have been like Darth Vader. You feel me? Like he gave me real Darth Vader vibes, especially when he was holding both of them up or whatever. I was like, this dude got a Vader, this Vader ass storyline. It's literally like Star Wars ass shit. But I rocked with it though. MODOK. Okay, so I thought MODOK was super fire, like we said, in the mask form. You know what I'm saying? Like I rock with that. Hey, I did not like the little thummy looking corn dog nugget MODOK in the little thing. I did not like that, but I was not upset about his humor for some reason. I'm like, bro, that's how he is on the live action show. Like he's like the joke, the buttery joke. Like that's how he is. So even Kang, when he was like trying to talk to Kang, he's like, I told you not to speak to me. Like he had him like against the thing. Like, I'm like, he's on me like, don't even speak to me, bro. Like I made you for no reason. Like everybody else did a good job. What's his name? The original Ant-Man, Michael Douglas, he did good. I like we was in the little ship. He finally showing everybody, like, spoiler alert, how the ants like had I knew that was gonna be something when the ants kind of trailed off when they went into the quantum realm. I said something's gonna happen with those ants, and they turned into like some super quantum ants. And I was just like, oh,
I thought that was, dope too. Like when he said that they went somewhere else in the quantum realm and they lived 1,000 years in one day. I said that's crazy. Could you imagine living 1,000 years in one day? Like how advanced you would be, man, and your appearance did not change. Like that's crazy. Like imagine you wake up and you lived 1,000 years in a day. Like it's 2023 now, and you woke and it's like you woke up. It's still 2023. Physically, but mentally, you're in 3023. Like that's crazy. That is wild to me. Like that's something that sat with me after I watched it the first time.
It was dope. It was definitely dope. I definitely could have like wished that Kane didn't go out getting attacked by angry ants. I wish it could have been more fighting, but I
thought that was interesting that they did that because he underestimated them when he was telling them like you talk to ants. And then all of a sudden, this swarm of army of ants come to him because he underestimated his opponent. He did. He was like, it was more than just Ant-Man talking to ants or him flying on the backs of ants or using ants to his advantage. Like these were some advanced level ants. Now these were just the regular ones that he was dealing with in the first Ant-Man and the second Ant-Man. He would have been able to like completely wash them. But these were advanced, so he wasn't able to take all of them at one time.
They were the ones that were actually building their own technology outside of the quantum realm. So, like, they already was like on some advanced shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely rocked with that. I did rock with that. I mean, like, honestly, I mean, a lot of people, I saw a complaint about the action, but if you really watch Ant-Man Wasp, it really hasn't been a lot of action in these movies anyway. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like an abundance of action, or their action wasn't the Avenger level threat. Like the most action that happened to Ant-Man and Wasp, he grew in the harbor. You know what I'm saying? Like they were in that little chase scene in San Francisco. Like it's not, it doesn't have that much. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that they still kept it like kind of grounded, even though Kane whooped his ass. Like I give you the buck. Like
that's what I was telling you last night. I said this was like the most non-Ant-Man movie because it wasn't like the Ant-Man that we saw in the first two movies. And this one they add, it was actual stakes there because it's like you're dealing with a person that can shatter whole timelines and destroy worlds and planets and all kinds of stuff. So it's like you are up against a serious threat.
I didn't know how he was gonna handle it. I really did, but he handled like a man. Got his ass whooped. Got whooped. Shout out to Hope. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to her. She has this thing where she knows how to. It's like when you act with your like what her name said it. I forgot her name said it. They act with their eyes. Like she's a good eye actor. Like she like brings intenseness with her face. Like you know what I'm saying? But because I feel like even though she wasn't in a lot, like the scene that she was in, she was crucially needed. And I really liked her. I liked her Wasp outfit better than Ant-Man's outfit. I like her little wings were like
they were glowing. They were glowing.
They were different.
Yeah.
I definitely rocked with that. Overall though, like I said, and we'll talk for the post credits after everybody gets their review out. But the end was good. I really did, spoiler alert, I really did like that fear of Ant-Man, like what's the word? The fear of Ant-Man, it's got the everyday fear where you thinking like, did I do something today? You know what I'm saying? Did I close the door today? Like, did I lock the door? Like, that's how he was.
Did I leave my wallet at home before getting in the car to make this hour-long drive? So it's like, it was one of the things. Like, it was one of the moments where he had to sit there, and that's what I was telling you last night. How so much was going on that he forgot what Kang was telling him before then, and he was like, "Wait a minute, did he tell me that if I kill him, that it would the rest of the people in the world most likely would get killed as well? Like, did I do a bad thing? Did I do a good thing?" He's literally questioning it, and to snap out of it, he says, "No, maybe I'm just overthinking." And I'm like, I don't know.
Nah, bro, you're not.
I said, I don't know. I said we might be coming back to visit this somewhere down the line, but I said we'll stick with this for right now. But I said I don't think you overthinking it. I think when he says something is coming,
man,
I think it's safe to say something definitely is coming.
Yo, no, shout out to Plasma Media. Yeah, the critics kind of I don't know why it's a big like hate train on Ant-Man.
Yeah, like a lot of people was going to like looking at like Rotten Tomatoes, and they said like the Rotten Tomatoes score
right
was
now
like
is at 47. It's at 47 right now.
But they said what does the audience score say? Because
the audience score is high. The audience
score
that's
the one. That's the one people need to focus on, because the Rotten Tomatoes score, that's the critic score. But the audience score, if that's high, that's the one you should really lean on, because that's the people like us.
Yeah, and
that's the people like us.
That's what I paid attention to.
Yeah, pay attention to that score, not the critic score.
So the fans rocking with this joint. Even look, this is the Ant-Man. Yes, that is a perfect way to put exactly, and that's exactly what I was telling Torrin when we left the movie theater. I'm like, this is like a perfect intro to Phase 5. Like, I don't care what nobody say. It's not about going into the Think about what we started the MCU with for Phase 4 to this intro. It was Black Widow. It made no sense of where the MCU was going. We have something really showing y'all, hey, this is literally a sprinkle of salt of what we do. Just rock with us, go with us with this ride, and enjoy stuff like this. But if you got the critics that, like he said, the critics going in the first their first reaction, they're like, look, we gonna go into this year chasing clout. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead. Because, like I'm saying, because it's a whole community of people who really do hate movies. Like, I'm a shout nerd out. He hates everything, and that's his jam. So they're like, oh, I can come up from that, which you can come up from that. But be real about how the quality of the movie is. Don't have us, bro. I literally watched somebody stand there just like, it just went Marvel. The Marvel spirit is just gone. I'm like, bro, this brought the Marvel spirit back to me. You guys touring, I was like leaned up on the seat, like watching, like, oh, okay. Like,
and I'm not even gonna lie, when I was hyping it up, like when I was hyping up, especially the mid and post credit scene, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I said, I hope they love it, because I would hate that you click that video of me and I'm out here sounding like a fool and an idiot, like hyping this thing up, and you wasn't feeling it. But we gonna get there though. Let's see what Tone got to say about it.
Yeah,
because Tone, you saw it today, right?
He saw it today. Marvel always had a big haters because they set their and a lot of the standards are high, and that's why I think when I saw everybody hating on it, I'm gonna let Tone go. And I saw everybody hating on it, that's when I turned down my expectations a little bit and say, you know what, I'm gonna go into this as an Ant-Man fan and say, block out the MCU storylines, whatever is trying to go. I want to go see one of my favorite characters have a good movie, and that's what I focused on. And I was like, okay, and even like we said, we'll get to the end credits, post credit scenes. Those were actually Marvel back in the day worthy, where it's like, oh, we going this way, okay, bet. So, but yeah, we'll give our scores once Tone goes. But Tone, hold it down. He just saw it today. Give your spill.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? So, so I saw him in the day, right? So let me just say, I'm not trying to like a hater, but I thought it was just okay, like semi okay. I thought it was very colorful and creative. Like, I think the little subatomic people, I think they had like Infinity Gem heads and stuff. I thought that was a little nod to the Infinity Stones. I don't know if it was just me or not, but when they went to I'm glad that they got to the quantum realm quickly, because we didn't need to spend a lot of time, on Earth. So I was glad that they got there very quickly. But after that, it was just I kind of felt like it was too much of the same thing. You know, the daughter, the father story is like it's like a written repeat cycle. We just had this type of storyline with what's his name, Clint. We just had this with his whole family. So I thought this was to me. This is I went to go see Kane. That's why I went to go see it because I was just interested, and I agree with Pat. Like it did bring back the spirit of Marvel. I don't know what they talk about, but I was actually super hyped once they started like getting the ball rolling. I got Kane intro was cool, but we didn't see him until like another 30 minutes into the film, and we already spent a lot of time with Ant-Man's family, so we already know what that's about. So I kind of feel like it was kind of slowing it up, and it was exposition that they didn't need. And with what's her name? Not Hope, but Janet. Janet kept saying that she ain't want to tell nobody what was up with the quantum realm. That was kind of backwards. Like they need to know what the fuck is up. Why we're down here? She kept holding the information and shit. I thought that kind of didn't make sense because they already down there. They already down there. So I'm not sure what that was about. Just like time for that time that they spent rehashing that little sequence or whatever. They could have put that towards more of Kang's backstory or just seeing more of him. Because I thought for me, Kang was the movie in my opinion. Because it was like run of the mill Ant-Man type of stuff, and I ain't really care about too much about MODOK. I feel like the animated version on Hulu was done a lot better. I feel like his gold finish was a little like too goldy, I guess. Did y'all see it in a 3D or standard?
Standard,
That's what
regular, in
standard.
IMAX. Yeah, in IMAX.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was like I thought it was really colorful, man. But I just feel like the story was a little bit kind of weak. Like because we've been hyped up to see Kang, so like that's over condition to going to go see. So I thought that was the quicker they got back to that, the better the overall movie was. And I thought that the last fight scene. I thought that Mr. Majors, I really like his impact on the punches that they had when they was fighting. When Ant-Man was trying to stop him from going back.
Whatever he was doing.
Whatever he was doing, Kang was fucking him up, Slim. Like I was with that. You could see all that workout, whatever he was doing, you could see it. Like he was like an imposing force. Like you could feel it on screen. And I'm glad that they gave him his his psionic powers and basically his chair. Everything about him, the design, the character, the philosophy, all that was definitely Avengers Double Threat, like off butt. So I got what I wanted out of it. So, but I just feel like I just feel like it was run of the mill up until Kang appears, and then it's good when he's there on screen, like Pap said, doing the Darth Vader thing or whatever. Hey, he just don't fuck with Kang. Don't fuck with Kang. And I thought that he had a great showing, and I'm happy to see the next anything involving this dude right now. He's like almost like Stark level. Like he's already made his impact on MCU. You can see it because that's all the buzz is about. So I think the overall plot of Ant-Man has gotten lost because of the debut of Kang. But it was alright though. It was alright. Definitely enjoyed it. But are y'all ready to give scores? Y'all ready to give?
Oh no, I have something I wanted to add.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so go ahead.
I noticed Torian, I was gonna say in our theater, whatever. It was a bunch of black people in there, which is a good thing, you know what I'm saying? But I can tell Jonathan Majors is bringing that crowd, you know what I'm saying? Like he's bringing that our people, you know what I'm saying? Because people, you know what I'm saying? Like his face is everywhere as a black man, you know what I'm saying? Like we gonna support our own. So shout out to him, number one, chasing that bag all around, you know what I'm saying? Like he's been on a run like the past couple months, year, you know what I'm saying, with movies. So I'm glad that like our theater was like actually kind of like. I think I think what was the last thing we seen was I think that would have more people in it than Black Panther. To be honest with you, we went to go see Black Panther.
Yeah. Black Panther was kind of full though.
Yeah, that joint was kind of full too. Yesterday, I was surprised for that's why I was surprised. Like, is it Ant-Man? But then I kept
mine wasn't full for the record. It was probably like 6 people now, but I go
Ew.
I go early because I don't want to. I want to watch it with.
Oh yeah, it was definitely people in there. It definitely was people. It definitely was people in there. So they I definitely feel that Jonathan Majors is going to bring people to the Marvel universe. Not only with his performance, but just who he is as a character, as these different roles he's about to be playing, like especially after Creed. You know what I'm saying?
And I would say I don't know. I'm not familiar with Jonathan Majors at all. This is my first, set time seeing him on screen or whatever. So
yeah, he hasn't been acting that long. The first thing the first thing I've ever seen him do was a show called Lovecraft Country, which was a really good show on HBO. It only lasted, unfortunately.
I did hear about him in that.
I'm mad they canceled that, bro. That was a good show though.
Yeah, that was a good show because I liked it because it mixed Black history and sci-fi, which that was an interesting combination for them to do. I was so looking forward to a second season, and I said it was messed up that he didn't, they didn't bring it back. And he did some independent films as well. Like this guy, like I'm telling you, he's about to be extremely busy for the next couple of years.
Yeah, we can tell
in and outside of the MCU.
Let me excuse me, y'all. Sorry.
He definitely
two other points, right? So Ant-Man, when he went to go get the battery, we'll call it the battery,
yeah.
So the Ant-Man, I say Ant-Man, the Ant Hill part was kind of cool. I don't know if you might peep that, but this will be like an ant hill.
They were bringing like an ant.
So I like that too.
I thought that was cool. And another thing I felt I found, so two more problems I had. So Kane, who was by trait from the future, right? Kane don't know how to make pin particles. If all he needed was pin particles, he created whole civilizations, but he can't make pin particles. So it was over there. I didn't like that logic. That logic didn't make any sense. And you be telling me that this man, Scott Lang, stopped his takeoff with a fucking rooftop. Stop the motion of the joke. It didn't make any sense.
Man, put some respect on my man.
It didn't make any sense. So I was like, all right. Man. And then I'm like, it's okay, but that's just something that stood out to me. It was weird. I was like, okay, whatever. It said Ant-Man got bigger. I couldn't tell. I literally couldn't tell. I don't know if it's just me. I don't care if he was like Giant Man now or whatever.
Yeah, man.
So
fans over here.
They bought down his shield. They bought down his shield with him not being lost like a cannonball. I was like, come on. So, but it's okay though. It was the right moment. So,
it's supposed to be like that though.
I wish they leave their helmets on sometimes. Why are they taking off their helmets? Let the hero be
want their face seen. People want their face seen.
But definitely fisticuffs came rocking away. I did like how they gave us a taste of the genocidal part of him. Like he was just literally just flying off to killing people once they pissed him off enough, start killing people. That was pretty neat because that's pretty neat. And when they was dancing with the hands, a little bit of he was beating the shit out Ant-Man. Like,
no, he definitely was.
Get out of him, Slim. If y'all peep, that's how Yellow Jacket. That's how he actually got defeated the last time. And he was sitting back. So I don't even think that King is even dead. I don't think he's dead.
Oh, that's what I said. That's what I said. I don't think
he did. I doubt it. He definitely probably.
But yeah,
probably sending him to that little spot he went in is probably making things 10 times worse. If not, because where did he go? He could have escaped.
I just have issue with the logic of the movie. That's all. Just the logic.
What was wrong with the logic?
Like I just said, why can't Kane figure out the pin particles that he needed to reach down and get his battery if he's from the future? That's all. It was like a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why? But he's literally
saying why didn't he know?
Yeah, it's like
that's too deep.
It's like a loophole. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's too deep, bro. Thinking why he ain't catch that? Like
I just think Kane should be able to conjure up some pin particles. He built a civilization. He built a civilization, which you can't figure out pin particles.
He wasn't one of the ones that did that.
Possibility.
Maybe he was. Maybe he just wanted just crashing out.
But he is. It could be though. That's why it's in this version of him. But I was just saying that.
But you get your score. Get your score. What you think? What's your score?
So I gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
I thought it was a nice little. It did bring the Marvel energy back to me because So yeah, I did definitely enjoy it. And I cannot wait to see him in his next appearance because right now he's like he got the floaty.
Got the pulse. Got the pulse.
Got to get on his back.
Got the pulse. Yeah, I agree. All right, what you get? Which score you give it?
I told you, like I said, I had originally gave it an 8.5. I mean, a 7.5. But when I saw it again yesterday, I upped it to 8.5.
Okay. Okay. You know me, I gave it a 10. I had no complaints except Cassie. Like I think I kind of decompressed a little bit. Like I decompressed my mind a little bit. I kind of just like I think I went into phase 4. I think I went into phase 4 a little bit. What's the word? Like too excited. Then by the time we got to the second round of shows, I started scoring and like getting mad at Marvel. Like it started to be like, whatever y'all do, I don't give a fuck. Like you're annoying me. Like now it's like that. So for this phase, I told myself before we went to the movies, I said this phase, I'm decompressing. I'm forgetting everything from back there. I'm not thinking about the shows. I didn't think about the connective tissue, anything like that. What this going to lead to. I probably didn't think of that to the end. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think I was like, it was just such a good movie to me because I was just like, I was not even thinking it was a Marvel movie at this point. I'm like, I don't even want them to talk about phase 4. And something that Torian said about phase 4, he was like, it'd be tight. Or last night when we were talking, he's like, it'd be tight if they go back in this phase and all the little stuff that like, was wrong with phase 4, they linked it, they smoothed it out so we can be like, oh, okay, phase 4 wasn't that.
So it could be like a streamline.
Yeah. Like you can go back and be like, phase 4 wasn't actually that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like if they just fix those smooth little areas. But I gave it a 10. I definitely give it a lighters up. I think Marvel is back. I think Kevin, after the meetings, and we'll talk about this with the post-credit scene, after the meetings Kevin had with Bob Iger and all them and all that, I think Bob Iger back. I think he know they lost. They took an L with phase 4, and I think now they like, all right, look, Quantumania was good enough to start off. Everything else, we got to keep rolling. So, boom.
I definitely thought Ant-Man was going to die, but I guess MODOK, spoiler alert. MODOK is dead, I guess.
This is
so you're an honorary Avenger, and they just looking at him like, okay, buddy, you just go ahead.
The script first was he's supposed to stay, and he actually supposed to stay. And they said it was different. He was going to stay in the quantum realm, and like he got stuck with Kang or whatever. But they didn't want to end it like
that's
that.
What I thought was going to happen. That's what I'm saying. Take the risk. That's what I thought that was going to happen. And then they had to. You know what? I have to say it, right? Somebody has to say it. They had the woman come save the man again.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta say it. I mean, not like that. Come on, man. Be a hero, man. I agree with Cassie. Be a fucking hero.
I didn't like that either. Like all that shit be a hero, bruh. It's Wasp and the Ant-Man. It's been like that. It switched. Ant-Man Wasp started. It was the Wasp and the Ant-Man, bruh. Like that's just what it is. So when she came through the hole, I was shocked but not surprised. I'm just like, when they was both. I hope they both got stuck in the. That would have been. I thought that's what was going. I thought that was going to happen. Okay with that too. I would have been relaxed with that too because then going forward, that could have been something that came back later. That Ant-Man was in the quantum realm. So them. You feel me? Like they could have judged that a little better. But like you said, they have to take risks. But I see why they're not taking risks. I think phase 5, they are literally tiptoeing right now. Because they took risks with Shang-Chi. They took risks. With She-Hulk. I know every time Bob Iger sees She-Hulk, he just punches the TV. Like, who? Look, they said when people probably talk to Bob Iger and be like, so as a company, how did you take like She-Hulk and stuff? He was like, who is these niggas? I was not here. But okay, cool scores for Ant-Man. Everybody was rocking with it, man. But we are going to go ahead, y'all. Y'all know we are here. We got to talk about this spoiler right here. So we got to talk about the end credit, mid credit scene.
Before we get to that, when I was like talking about it and like hyping it up, did y'all get an idea based on what I said without me giving away too much what y'all was about to see, or you had like you didn't have any kind of a guess of what you were about to see?
I kind of figured it was Kang a little bit because critics were saying Kang was like that. So I was like, if Kang was the definitive like role, I know Torian's gonna like that person. Like he like, you know, especially strong villain. So when you were saying this person made their mark, I'm like, I know it's not Paul Rudd. I know it's not none of these actors I've been watching. They did nothing. They didn't have nothing going on in these first two movies. I know it has not changed. So I knew it was Kang, but not that much though. Because I'm gonna be real with you. Once again, disclaimer: I appreciate again not watching but one full trailer fully. It made the experience of the movie 20 times.
I'm gonna go back and watch the rest of the trailers. Actually, now I can go back and watch them. No funny.
Oh no, they gave out a lot in the trailers. I was like, oh, I'm going to see it again with Lex when she comes back too. So I'm gonna end up rewatching it.
No lie, I would go see Ant-Man again. I would go see this Ant-Man. I will go see it again. Just the presence of Kang of John the Major character make me want to go see. I was telling my little brother I would go see it again.
I'm gonna go see it in Dolby this next time because we were in the movie was starting.
It had good sound, right? I thought it had good sound.
No, they did.
The music.
Yeah. But Dolby, I like Dolby from the Knock at the Door. I went to go see that, and I feel like that made that movie more suspenseful than it was Dolby. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and add that. Okay, hold on.
Oh, what's up? Hey,
what did it do?
What's good?
Hey,
I was about to text you, tell you we on now.
We live. What's up? What's going on, Brody?
Much. What's good with y'all?
Ain't nothing, man. Talking to Ant-Man. Have you seen Ant-Man?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Give your spill.
Yeah.
Yeah, give your review.
Well, you say you missed.
Oh man, like this. I say this. It's the best out of the last few I've seen so far.
Okay.
Scott Lang. I don't know why I'm brain farting on his actual name.
Paul Rudd.
Like yeah, the whole cast was pretty much on point for most of the movie. I got one gripe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why the critic score was so low.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like the whole movie hinged on what's her name? The chick that was stuck in the quantum realm.
Janet, yes.
The whole movie hinged on her not being as smart as she should be. Like I feel like if she knew what she left behind in the quantum realm, she should have told somebody what the smartest she was. But the whole movie hinged on her not being that smart, which kind of but I feel like that was the only gripe that I had. Like her being so like, I can't tell y'all, but this is some serious stuff.
We getting shot at and you won't tell me what's going on.
Like, as soon as the first bullet fly, I'm like, all right, look, this is a lowdown. But like, yeah, it's like she was just playing cat and mouse throughout most of the movie. And I don't know, I felt like that was a little unnecessary. But that was my only gripe though. Everything else was on point.
What's your score, Tay?
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, but because the surprise, I ain't really gonna say surprise cameo, but the Bill Murray cameo, gonna throw it up to an 8 out of 10 for me.
Bill Murray. Yeah. Look, so like we said, shout out to Tay, man, pulling up, man. We all agree that Ant-Man was cool. It was rocking with it, but we gotta talk about what we about to talk about now is that end credits scene, the mid credits.
Hey, where's